Stuart was crossing a busy street and bam, he got hit by a truck. He had multiple injuries, brain trauma, and all the veins and arteries to his heart needed desperate repair. He was pronounced dead at the scene, but an off-duty firefighter resuscitated him. They took him to the emergency room, and after 15 hours of surgery, they used 38 units of blood. Midway through the surgery, the surgeon came out and talked to his parents and said, if he needs any more blood, we're in trouble. We've used all the blood in the area. Well, Stuart survived, but he only survived thanks to the help of those 38 people who donated blood to someone they never met, and Stuart will never meet. Stuart's story is a success, but today the number of donors is drastically being reduced year after year. According to the Red Cross, only 3% of Americans donate blood, and this is dropping each year. In 2009, 3.8 million people gave blood, whereas last year, only 2.5 million gave blood. That's a big drop. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, tonight I'm going to convince each and every one of you to give blood. Giving blood saves lives. It's simple and it's safe. 1, 2, 3. Every 3 seconds, someone needs a blood transfusion. This is according to the Community Blood Center. And 1 in 7 people who go into the hospital are going to need your blood. Your blood can help up to 3 people. So tonight I'm going to talk about how the requirements and the whys and the hows of giving blood and the simple processes. What's your blood used for? It's used for a variety of different procedures and treatments, from cancer patients needed, open heart surgeries, transplants of all different kinds, and many more uses. I've already talked to how it saves lives, but if you're more on the selfish side, you can give blood to help yourself. There's a number of reasons for that. Number 1, it's like a mini health screening. For no fee, you get to get your cholesterol tested, you get your blood pressure tested, you can see your iron level, your temperature, and they also, afterwards, they test for the West Nile virus, STDs, hepatitis, and more. According to the World Health Organization, most Americans consume too much iron, and iron causes free radicals, which can cause cellular changes in your body. So if you get, according to the World Health Organization, giving blood helps prevent cancers from growing and heart disease. Also, if you're packing on a few pounds, you burn 650 calories by giving blood. Think of it like an oil change too, out with the old blood, in with the new. And some of the places, the blood donation places, they give you points, and you can use those points. Every time you give blood, you get points, and you use those points for things like movie tickets and ice cream. And you get free t-shirts too. I got this free Giants, they have A's Giants t-shirts that says something about donating blood. Those are all freebies. Sometimes they even have raffles for cars. Not few and far between, but I had a raffle for a car once. So those are the requirements now. You have to be at least 16 years old, and then you must be in good health and weigh at least 110 pounds. Before you donate, you should eat a good, healthy lunch or whenever you're donating, a good, healthy meal beforehand, and drink plenty of water. Once you get to the registration site, you'll register. You'll have that mini exam that I've talked about. They'll test your iron. If you fail, you're out. You're going to have to come back. Then you donate. They escort you to a bed. They put the needle in you, and within 10 minutes, just 10 minutes, you're done. Then they wrap you up just to avoid any bleeding later on, which has never happened to me, but with a Band-Aid, your choice of color. I always like pink or purple myself. And state law requires you go to the waiting room, and you have to wait for at least 15 minutes there. And they have all kinds of snacks and goodies to eat, salty foods, sweet foods, which are good for you to replenish your blood. And then you're free to leave. Now, why do I give myself? I give because I got in the habit at work. They always had these blood drives. And then I realized it was just a matter of habit, and I enjoyed giving. When I didn't have a job, I couldn't give to charities, but I could give my blood. Then, probably some time ago, they had a journal that said, "Why do you give?" And all these people wrote reasons why they give their blood. I'm going to read you a couple of those. I donate blood because I have an aunt who passed away from cancer. During her illness, she received blood transfusions. Seeing the difference it made in her life reassured me of why I donate blood. My aunt always said it felt like she had life back in her. I donate blood in honor of my little boy who passed away a year ago. His name was Grant, but I call him Granite because he was a rock. I hope he knows how much I love and miss him. You want blood? You got it. I love you, Granite. Papa. Yes, giving blood is really important because it saves lives to people that you'll never know. I urge you to give blood today. Put those fears aside. I have a handout of cards from the Red Cross where you can call the number. They're located in Pleasant Hill, and start giving blood yourself. Madam Toastmaster. Okay, now we're for the second part is the questions. Forgot about that, the questions. Does anyone have a question for me?
Oh, I have a question for you.
Sure.
I have a tattoo, and I have a recent pierced ear. Can I still give blood?
If you received your tattoo in a sterile environment where they use gloves and good surgical needles that were only used one time, then yes, you can. Otherwise, you're going to have to wait at least a year.
Oh, thank you, Rita.
Any other questions?
I have a question. How much do they take your blood? Only one amount, or you can choose different?
You can't choose a different amount. It's 1 pint, and it takes 10 minutes. 1 pint.
Is there any special diet after we give blood?
They just want you to eat a hearty meal afterwards so that you won't be dizzy, anything like that. I've never experienced dizziness myself, though.
Can I exercise after I give blood?
You can walk, but nothing really strenuous, no strenuous exercise.
How long do you have to wait?
4 hours. If you want to do aerobic type exercises, you have to wait 4 to 5 hours afterwards.
Do you know how long it takes your blood to replenish that pint that you've given out?
Yes, the plasma is within 48 hours, but the actual red blood cells take about 2 months. That's why you can only give every 2 months.
My friend has diabetes. Can he still donate?
Yes, certain types of issues like diabetes, you can still, if you take the right medication and such, that you can still give. There's certain medications, certain illnesses that if you have them that you can't, but diabetes is okay.
If you drank alcohol, you smoke the week before, can you still give blood?
You can still give blood if you smoke and drink, but it's probably not a good idea to drink too much beforehand. Sarah?
Yeah, I'm not sure about this. I kind of heard before that there's a minimum, like a body weight that you have to
Yes,
have.
you have to weigh at least 110 pounds.
All right, okay. Thank you.
Okay. I think that is all. Okay, Madam Toastmaster, thank you all. Good work.